Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to a new video, new channel. Today, we're going to be analyzing this beautiful story I've come across on Instagram, known as the Crypts. As you can see from the picture here, we have the four main characters shown with Omni-Man, Monica, Sabrina Carpenter, and Dr. Doofenshmirtz. Now, I won't give any spoilers for the first chapter, as that's what we're going to be going through right now. But this is a very intriguing story. It just started releasing only one day ago, so you guys need to check this out. Get the drop on it for new chapters. But without further ado, let's dive right into it. So for the first chapter, we start out in a land far, far away. An unlikely team paired up to fight for freedom. And as we can see with the background, we got that aesthetic dungeon going on. We got the two doors on the side, the little entrance with the lanterns, the little skylight. It's a good setting. It really fits in for the stories you're about to see. It's really good. So in the depths of the dungeon lurks raptors. That's right, guys. The main enemy, it seems, of the story is velociraptors. They're in the dungeons, and we're gonna see our protagonists how they deal with this, how they get across this. That's where Omni-Man comes in. We're introduced to our first main character, which he says, "You don't seem to understand. These crypts aren't yours to conquer." Uh, reference reference to the show Invincible. When Omni-Man says this, it's a good reference. I like that. I like the call across. And then we can see he absolutely punches this raptor, flips him upside down. And then he goes after the other one, just full speed coming at him, and he crushes him because he's Omni-Man. He's not going to be stopped by a couple of velociraptors. He's the guy. You can't stop him. And then we're introduced to our second main character, and Dr. Doofenshmirtz, in which we can see him jumping down to crush these velociraptors to protect Omni-Man. Though, if we're being honest, I don't think Omni-Man needs the help here. He's just doing it, and for the kindness in his heart. And we can see absolutely destroys them. Beautiful explosion. They can't stop that. And then Dr. Doofenshmirtz says, "It's been a while, Omni-Man," implying that the two are actually old friends, perhaps. They've known each other for some time. We're not told what their relation is, but I'm sure that'll be unveiled later on in the story. And then, yeah, perhaps it's been too long, old friend, implying, yes, these two were in fact friends. How close they were, we're not sure. We can assume they're pretty good friends if Dr. Doofenshmirtz is willing to save him from the velociraptors. I think they're pretty good friends. I think they'd be pretty close. And then Omni-Man says more raptors are incoming, implying that their siege is not yet over. We don't know how many velociraptors there are. This could be a while. And then we see them teaming up. Omni-Man's flying, ready for the punch. Doofenshmirtz, he's got his wrench. He's ready to go. Omni-Man says weaklings, implying that these two are heavily above the Raptors. The Raptors are no problem at all. They could probably have 100 Raptors, no problem. Not a scratch for either of them. And then we're introduced to our third main character, hit artist and singer Sabrina Carpenter. That's right, guys. Sabrina Carpenter is a part of this team, it would seem. We're not sure if they've met before, as they address her as hit artist and singer Sabrina Carpenter, so maybe they're not on friendly terms, but she does say, "Hey guys," implying that she might know them somehow, some way. Uh, Currently, we're unsure. We haven't been given much information. I'm sure we'll get more insight as the story goes on. And then Sabrina says, "I brought along Monica too," giving our fourth and it would seem final uh, main character of this quartet, with Monica from the Doki Doki Literature Club. And it seems that be that for the main character introductions. And then the gang's back together, implying that yes, they all were friends at some point, and they haven't seen each other for quite some times. But going to the crypts together, they've reunited their friendships. As for why they're in these crypts fighting velociraptors, we're not sure. Maybe they were sent there by someone. Maybe they're out to get some treasure, something like that. Um, hasn't been unveiled. I'm sure that'll be a very good plot point for later on. And then we have one last panel in this chapter, the big reveal of our first antagonist in Jack Doherty, in which he says, "Well, well, well, looks like vermin are lurking in my crypt," implying that Jack could be the owner of this crypt. He could be in charge of this crypt along with the velociraptors. What does he have in this crypt that they're searching for, or why are they here? We're not quite sure. Um, and yeah, so that's it for chapter one. As for my personal theories, I don't believe that Jack is the head honcho here. If he's the first antagonist we're being introduced to, I'm sure that maybe we'll just be seeing the other characters and how strong they are compared to this guy. I think he's gonna get the floor wiped with them. Not very strong. And for other personal theories as for why they're in the crypt, I believe maybe, just maybe, there could be maybe a fifth member of this quartet. Maybe they're trying to save this fifth member. Who would that be? I'm not sure. We've got a wide variety in this cast. It could be anyone. Um, you know, anyone really could fit in with this bunch. And so I'm thinking maybe they're in there trying to save their friend from whoever, the true owner of this crypt is. And I'm sure we'll see that in later chapters. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please check out this manga. It's on Instagram, the_Crypts_official. And I wish you well. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.